We are a few minutes late here for Jewelry Party Wednesday, but I am here and it's all good. Don't you love technology? We had the router quit 2 minutes before we got on here. So on that note, I need to take a sip of water. But hi, how are you? It's nice to see you. I'm so excited to have you all here. If it's your first time joining us, welcome. I'm Veronica Stout. I'm the founder of Vintage Meet Modern Jewelry and Styling, and I'm very excited because tonight we have our Elevated Essentials collection, which is full of really wonderful, gorgeous treasures that you can easily be able to wear today, tomorrow, and forever. And I've got some fun things here too, and some great stories as well. So I hope you can sit back and relax and learn a little bit about vintage jewelry and hopefully be inspired to wear it too. So one of my favorite things is, remember, everything that you see tonight, you can shop over at vintagemeetmodern.com. It's part of the Elevated Essentials collection, and we would love it so much if you would either tag a friend or share this with someone, because sharing the joy of jewelry is something that is much better shared with other people. So thank you so very much. So here we are. It's Happy Wednesday. I wanted to let you know we are going to do some learning tonight. Once I do some arm curls, we're going to talk a little bit about the awesome Napier book. And also, a lot of you have been asking, and yes, it's true, the Monet pieces that we had just flew out of here. And we got the Monet pieces actually from a Monet collector who worked at Marshall Fields in the jewelry department in the 1960s and the 1970s, right on State Street and Michigan Avenue. And she also worked as a rep for Monet when she was working at Marshall Fields. So she had a lot of really gorgeous, wonderful pieces, and they were absolutely kept in pristine condition. So tonight's a great collection because with so many of us dressing more casually and not going into many formal events, but I love to tell people, and I just had this conversation with somebody else today. Do you know that gold is going for $2,000 an ounce? So I had this awesome conversation with Brenna from the Jewelry Navigator, and she actually invited me to do an interview, and we were talking about how that you can get all of these high-end and on-trend but timeless looks by vintage jewelry, because the plating is so wonderful and because the pieces are so unique and they do have such a classic design. So I'm starting off the evening with these gorgeous vintage Givenchy earrings. So they're like a little gold chain style. They're like a wider gold chain, and they're perfect to wear with any of your classic styles. So you could totally easily be able to wear this with a gold pendant. Maybe you've got some gold bangles. There's a lot of different things that you would be able to do this one. Now, one of the things that I love doing as the seasons are changing, can you believe that we're going into October 1st already tomorrow, is I do on the first of the month, I like to switch out my handbag. I like to look at some of the new makeup that I have. I like to think about how I'm like a little kid. I like to plan my wardrobe, what I'm going to wear like the couple nights before. And obviously, we're going into October 1st and the fall season. And so today I do have maroon and gold on. It's my children's school colors. And my daughter did have a tennis match this afternoon. So I have this very sweet little cardigan sweater on from Simple Retro, which is great because they also consider themselves to be a retro-inspired company, and they have very classic designs. So their idea is to produce clothing that you can wear now and forever. And I find it's absolutely perfect to work with classic details. So these gorgeous pieces, this is a nice wide link. They're signed Givenchy on the back of them. They're a nice clip. They are well balanced. So for those of you who are concerned about clip earrings, they're extremely comfortable, and they definitely have the look of real. They'd be perfect with gold chains. They'd be perfect to wear with tennis bracelets, or they're just a perfect everyday earring to wear whether you're casual or dressy. So these are all gorgeous pieces that we have. Next up is a really fabulous Monet collar. Now, some of these you may remember they were popular in the 70s and the 80s. And what's nice about them is that they are a very timeless style design. This one is nice. There's no wear to the plating, and there's no condition issues in between the articulated links. Another thing that is really awesome about this one is that it lays very flat and very nice against the skin. And it's also super easy to be able, again, to be dressed up and dressed down. So you can put this one with a black t-shirt. You can wear this one with a V-neck. You know, you can see I have on a cream shell underneath here. Perfect piece to wear with your patterns and your solids. And it's a great piece to wear year round. One of the things that I love about Classic Monet jewelry, as I was saying, this is a great book, by the way, and it's also out of print. So you'd have to get it like on eBay or kind of troll around online to see if you can find it. It's called Monet, the Master Jeweler, and it talks a lot about the inspirations from the design as well as all the high quality materials that they used. And one of the things that's really wonderful to talk about the Monet jewelry designs is this one has absolutely fantastic workmanship to it. So this one, what I love is it's got the little fold over clasp, but for those of you who are like me, who like wearing things a bit longer, this actually has an extender that clips in and clips out of it. And it's the same quality that you are seeing here as you are with the necklace that you would see on a fine jewelry piece. So this one's another great piece. By the way, thank you all so much for your orders. This collection was amazing. We only have 22 pieces left, and we usually have between 55 and 60 that we put out at a time. So we've got that piece. Up next, again, another fun thing that I love to show is we have a really awesome pair of earrings. So these are the ribbed details. And if you saw any of my Facebook posts or any of my Instagram stories, what I was talking about was what's really fabulous about the fall 2020 trends is that bold gold is in style. So if you've got those pieces in your jewelry box and you're kind of just holding on to them, pull them out. And then also, if you are just looking to be able to add these pieces to your collection, they're great pieces because they're actually very on trend right now. And I put together, I had said what the 5 ones are. So round geometric jewelry, so like baubles and kind of bubble looking things. Ribbed details on things is another big one. Animal brooches and rhinestone brooches are trending. And then, of course, everything with pearls. But I always say that pearls are always, that's kind of the fashion designers go to every time. Pearls are always in season, whatever the season is. Yeah, the Monet book is a great one. So these are the ribbed detail earrings. They're a square, but when you put them on, they sit on a diagonal. They're, again, another one of those pairs that are super comfortable, really easy to wear, and they've just got really great size and poise to them. So whether you wear your hair up, you can see that it gives you a nice line against you and kind of just goes right in. It elongates the face just enough. And if you wear your hair down, they are large enough to be able to see and be able to be shown whether you wear your hair all round or like my day today, we're pretty flat, but I'm pretty windblown. So it was windy out there. I felt bad for those girls playing tennis today. The balls were going all over, and it wasn't just because of their match. I'm very proud, actually. This is the first time that that my daughter played tennis this year. And it was a big deal because, you know, the kids are really, they're going through a lot with schooling and everything right now. So it was nice for her to be able to find an activity that they could do outside, and they played with masks. So next up, so I said one of those trends is definitely rhinestone jewelry. I showed some examples of even from the Elie Saab runway collection that we've got this gorgeous brooch that is a round medallion style. And if you look closely, it does have some Aurora Borealis flicker to it too. So we've got a lot of comments on this one. Lots of people say that they really like this one a lot. I do like it because it has a unique design. As you can see, all of these jewelry here are all bezel set pieces. And also it's very colorful. It has reds and blues. It has some purples. It has some Aurora Borealis pieces. And it's a nice size and scale again. This is one that you could do across the center. If you wanted to be able to wear this to close a cardigan, you can see that it's a really nice piece to wear there. This is a great piece to be able to be worn up at the top. So you can easily be able to pin this one off to the side. And of course, this would be a great piece to go ahead to be able to put on your favorite coat. It would look wonderful on a dressy coat. Using this and just holding the book up actually as an example, because it's a pretty green, you can see that it'll look very nice with a variety of colors. And for those of you who have like a traditional camel set or camel colored like pea coat or a trench coat, this would be really nice because the colors would really pop against the more neutral color. Because as you can see, this is a very, very light gold plated. It actually has more of a silvered patina tone, but that's the setting. It's not missing any plating to it. It's just a nice kaleidoscope of color, and it just has that sort of neat textured design with the bezels in it too. It's definitely a fun one. Now back to that Monet collector. The Monet pieces, I admit, they were quick sells, but that's because chunky chains and bauble jewelry are really trending. So I was not surprised to see that they got scooped up. But again, this is a really awesome piece. This is the Monet double link chain. And this one also has a really nice, hi, Steph, how are you? This also lays really nicely against the neck. And for those of you who, again, are following the fall 2020 trends, chunky gold chains are in. So this one is the Monet one, and it will lay flat against me. It's like one of those things, like I said, for those of you who are here every week, what does Veronica panic over? I always panic that something's either going to get stuck in my hair. Leanne, who's there standing by, is always ready to alert me that I have lipstick on my teeth. So it's kind of, remember, we're real people here. We're real women. So this is the gold link necklace. This one is a great one because it does have the look of real. And as well, it's one that has a really nice long extender on the back. So if you like wearing things more at a 16-inch, you can easily be able to adjust it. If you like being able to wear something at a longer, you go ahead and you can wear it too. Somebody says, I have the Monet set in silver and the chain, bracelet, and necklaces and my mom's earrings. I believe it. I believe that this particular necklace and the Monet Bolero were some of the most popular designs that Monet ever made. So they were repeated pretty frequently, and you could buy them from the 60s through about the 80s. So this one is a great one. Speaking of the matching earrings, I'm hoping that I have them here. Yes, I do. So these are the matching chain earrings. They are a double link as well. Trying to get them all straightened out here. There we go. So we have the matching double link earrings. They match the necklace perfectly. Yesterday, I could tell lots of people were talking about the benefits and the features and the benefits of keeping things together, and then of course breaking things apart. And so when it comes to the features and the benefits of keeping them together, it's always worth the investment of both pieces. Now, we personally sell them separately here at Vintage Meet Modern because I would say that we would, on a pretty regular basis, receive comments, questions, and things going directly to our inbox asking us if we would separate things. A lot of times, as we put it in the jewelry world, people are trying to marry or reunite sets that they must have. Especially pieces that are like collector's pieces. They may have stumbled across the brooch a long time ago, but they've never found the earrings. They may have the necklace, but they don't have the brooch. So I would be constantly getting these requests to separate them. And then, of course, there were always the people who also said, I love the brooch, but I don't wear clip earrings, so can you separate it? So that is the reason why we actually sell the pieces separate. But keep in mind, if you sign up for the discount here at Vintage Meet Modern, you can frequently get a discount, especially if you put the pieces together, and then you can have your own happy little set. So, but what are the benefits of investing in a set like this? Besides what are the benefits of choosing a set versus keeping the pieces separate? Well, it's worth the investment because as you can see, you're obviously going to maximize being able to wear it different ways. There may be occasions where, again, I often like to make the reference to Mrs. Maisel because Rose's character was considered to be quite opulent because she would frequently wear all the pieces of a set. And that was something that was kind of iconic for that generation and for that decade, was for you to have the matching handbag and shoes, the matching brooch, the matching necklace, the matching earrings. And so you can really create this dynamic, elegant, elevated look by wearing all the pieces together. But sometimes our lifestyle and or our clothes don't always fit those types of things. So sometimes you may want to just wear the earrings. Sometimes you may want to just wear the necklace. And then sometimes you may want to wear them together. But what I can tell you is that these pieces are really high quality. I love that somebody said that they had the set in silver from their mom, or they had the same pieces. And I bet you that if you asked them, if they had these pieces 20, 30, 40 years ago, I bet that they could probably like confidently say to you, yeah, they really do look that good 30, 40, 50 years later. So it's always worth the investment of the vintage pieces because the plating is just that much more substantial. So lots of fun pieces. Like I said, these are great pieces because they're totally on trend, very easy to wear. And you know, I just love them because they're from Monet, and Monet is one of my favorites to go ahead and look for when you're out and about. Okay, next up, we have a really pretty flat link piece. This one's also very reasonably priced, and this one is nice because it's articulated. It sits like it's a collar, but it still has a lot of movement to it. Now here we go. I'm getting stressed out. Is it gonna get caught in my hair? Okay, there we go. So this is the flat link necklace. And I wanna tell you, there is a pretty significant difference in the weight of this one versus the weight of this one. And we do get requests for people being very honest with us, and they'll say, you know, I love necklaces, but I'm at a stage of my life where I don't want things to weigh me down. Or we frequently hear people say, I wear necklaces all day long, so I like some things that's a bit lighter weight. And that's how I feel about this one. This one is one of those ones, like when I say the earrings are so light, you can feel good about them because you won't even know you're wearing clip earrings. That's how I feel about this necklace. You have substantial presence with it. It has an elegant style design. It is articulated so it moves with you. It will look good with a variety of necklines, and it's a reasonably priced piece. So it's one that you can confidently add if you have a classic pair of 14-karat gold hoops. You can go ahead and you can add those. Just a lot of fun ways to be able to wear this one. And again, I love it because it's totally on trend with what you're seeing. And if you haven't checked out some of the posts that I've done for some of the Facebook posts, or if you missed them in the group, BTW, if you're here joining us and you didn't know, we have an awesome vintage jewelry group with all kinds of lovers of vintage jewelry. Or if you were on Instagram, you can always check my stories. And I was posting examples of how to get the runway looks with this week's collection. So fun pieces with that. Now I'm going to stress out that I'm not going to get it caught in my hair while pulling it off. And also just, here you go. Oh, you couldn't hear it as much. It has a nice snap. It's got a nice substantial click and snap. All right, as long as we're talking about earrings, we have these gorgeous earrings this week. So these are like a ribbed detail, and these also remind me of like a crescent shape. These are a really nice pair if you're really looking for a nice, substantial, but gold statement earring. What doesn't go with gold? So what I was telling you was, now that we're going in October and I'm switching up my lipstick, which, by the way, thank you for the person who complimented me on my lipstick today. It's Bobbi Brown Soho Sizzle. So if you are a Bobbi Brown girl like me, it's a great piece. It was part of their like New York limited edition collection. And the reds are really, really pretty. And I have a hard time finding red lipsticks because my lips are very pink. So this is a red that actually absorbs really nicely into my lips and still looks like a red. So we have got these beautiful crescent earrings. They're a nice statement size. They're about 2 inches. They're well balanced. I like them because they kind of have an Egyptian revival feel to them. I like anything that kind of reminds me of like the classic Cleopatra style movies, especially with Elizabeth Taylor wearing all kinds of gold and bejeweled pieces. So these are the kind of earrings that sort of remind me of that look and feel. And it's another pair that when you go out, it's not like anything else that other people have. So you're sure to be turning heads at the grocery store. You're sure to be having people notice on camera. And they're not so big and ostentatious that you can't pull them off during the day. So these are unsigned, but they have a beautiful casting to them. They have beautiful lines on them. They have an open back, but there's nowhere to the plating, and they have a secure snap. So that's another great pair that we have this week. All right, I am going to, like I said, so this Monet book, we're going to talk about a piece yet. You could also use this one to work out. This one also would be a fun one to press leaves with for those of you who have children. I see Carolyn is on here, and we were just talking about our children earlier and all the e-learning. But I am going to open it up, and I do promise I already had the page marked so that you could see it. We have a really cool piece this week. And one of the things that I wanted to be able to tell people is that speaking of Monet and speaking of other jewelry designers, frequently these companies would hire people to work for them. There were also designers, and they were also artists. And I'm looking here. It's like going right through me. I had the page marked. Be patient with me, I promise. There was a designer named Eugene Bertoli who specialized in that lava necklace. So here we go. This is on a couple different pages, but if you want to learn more, you can see that there is that white necklace that has the texturing to it. So this necklace actually came in white and gold, and it came in a variety of styles. So you might recognize that piece. And it was designed to look like lava, kind of part of that brutalist modern design that became so popular. There were kind of different sort of styles to it. But we do have this vintage Napier piece, which has got the same design by Eugene Bertoli, but it's in a different style design. This is a really cool piece. It also hangs at a lower length. It has a spring ring clasp too. It's got a tiny spring ring clasp. It hangs at a lower length. So it definitely has a statement style to it. And I did wear, no, I'm not undressing myself on camera. I did wear a shell underneath my little cardigan, but I always wear a shell under my cardigan anyways. If you like wearing pieces that have more of a statement style, so like against a classic black tank, or whether it's a higher neck or a lower neck, you kind of get the feel that this one. Now that doesn't mean that you couldn't adjust this one and wear it much higher up as well, but it does have the flexibility of being able to wear it longer. And again, if I bring the book up, and I see there's different versions of it. So as you can see, this is a gold version of the lava necklace, and this one has a cutout and has a bit of a different scallop design going around the neck. This is another really fun book. So did you see my post earlier? I had my shoes kicked up. I was talking about e-learning. I was talking about my kids learning. This one is another really good book. And what I love about it is even though it talks about Napier, it talks a lot about different styles of jewelry and design throughout all the decades. So not only will you learn something about Napier, you'll learn a lot about accessories and jewelry making in general. So this is the lava necklace. It was inspired by the designs of Eugene Bertoli in the 1970s. It's a collectible. It's referenced several pieces, and it's just a darn cool statement necklace. Alicia says, I love collecting and finding book pieces. Yes, you do. And you have got a couple Florenza pieces that are also in some books too. And believe me, every time I find a piece that I know is one that is something that's referenced, I always do try to be able to say, hey, this is in that book. For example, everybody loves West Germany. those West Germany pieces, I see, I hope she doesn't mind if I mention it. Deborah Morgan got the silver filigree brooch that was the West German this week. And those West Germany pieces are very popular, which is interesting because at the very beginning of the year, if you remember, everybody was crazy for the jet necklaces and the longer Art Deco necklaces that we had that were very much in style of Downton Abbey. Then we went through a phase where everybody wanted everything to be minimalist and with the small petite filigree and sort of Edwardian style. Over the summer, color was super popular. And now I see, obviously we're going back into brooch season, but one thing that's remained the same, everybody loves those West German filigree styles. So I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for more of them. They are going up in value for those of you who are trying to invest in pieces that you know. So these are the classic door knockers, and they have got the little pave pieces that are in them. This is another great classic style and design. So many people, when we put up the Tuesday, said that it was about 50% that people said that they really like the earrings and 50% of people who said they really like the necklace. And I'm sure that part of the reason why so many people still gravitate to the earrings is because it's such a classic design. So you really can't go wrong with these. They are a nice size, nice scale. They got a nice little articulation to them, and they are clipped and secure. And again, from behind, there's no wear to the plating. There's no missing stones. We've been very careful to take care of those, and they're just absolutely lovely. Every time I wear my West Germany pieces, I get so many compliments. That's what I'm talking about. But that's what it's all about. And I always say, the jewelry is beautiful, but what makes it special, I do truly mean this, are the women that wear it. So I'm sure you get all kinds of compliments on it just because it's so attention-getting and it brings out all of your most fabulous features. Okay, up next, and I'm sure Leanne is already telling me, move on to talk about those because they're really pretty. So these are the petite, they're the small leaves with the copper fleck or the gold stone. Very popular aventurine style design, lots of different stories about how copper and gold stone was created. Some people say that a monk had knocked over into the glass and that there was this kind of color and radiant light and it was turned into that. Lots of different stories, I guess you could say, that have been passed down through the years that talk about the history of the gold stone. So these are perfect for fall because they are little leaves and they have that autumn amber color in them. They're just the perfect size and scale to be able to be worn every day. I'm like looking for the match here. It's got a really beautiful color and styling to them, and they're very lightweight. So for those of you, we have been showing so many pieces that feel like fall. You just take a look at them and you're like, I'm ready for pumpkin spice or apple pie, or as my daughter and I joke about, soup season. So, although I am addicted to those pumpkin cream latte things that they have at Starbucks right now. I admit it. And I'm not really, I'm sure I could kick back with Michelle, who I know is always sharing her Starbucks tales with us. I'm sure I could kick back and relax and have a Starbucks with her right now. And that's why maybe I'm a bit over caffeinated today. Lots of running around with the kiddos. So this is a pair of gold leaf earrings with the little copper fleck or gold stone, as they call it, that's running through it. And it looks really beautiful with the amber nugget necklace. And this is a genuine Baltic amber. It has some silver findings that go in between it. And as you can see, it has a very natural and organic feel because that's exactly what it is. So this one actually goes over the head. It's an infinity style. So it just goes over. But it's a very comfortable, very easy piece to wear. And for those of you who know, amber actually fights anxiety and brings calmness. So it's a really great piece to be able to add to your own inside spirit if you feel that you need more of that right now. And who couldn't use more of it? I mean, many mothers actually even use amber necklaces as teething necklaces to calm their children. So also, there's lots of really beautiful and wonderful properties related to amber that go along with the Polish amber and the Russian amber. It can be very collectible, and a lot of people love being able to give it and receive it as gifts. So this one is one that goes over the head, but I wanted to also tell everybody that for those of you who would want to make it graduated, you could just slip a ribbon here and a ribbon here and tie it in the back, and then you could wear it like a double strand, which is something that I frequently do with both the pearls that are infinity strand, the gemstone necklaces that we have that are infinity strand. Sometimes we get those ones that are like, you know, malachite or lapis. And these are all fun ways to be able to maximize being able to wear these different ways. And as I pointed out, the amber piece that goes along with it is also works really nice. Even though there's a silver finding, the ambery tones that you see in the earrings look actually really nice in the necklace. Moving right along, we also have a gorgeous pair of X sort of pave earrings. This kind of reminds me of a classic Tiffany style design. So again, we're talking about getting those high-end looks for, there we go. So we're talking about getting those high-end looks with the pave style design. So we've got the X that's here. These are also, there's a really nice matching pair. Also, nowhere to the plating to the back, just really, really nice design. And it's another nice one that shows up real nicely on the ear. But a very, very classic design. That X and O one is one that's pretty frequent. And you can, of course, see that one also when you get a lot of tennis bracelet styles, too. We had an XO style design at the beginning of the week, but that was one of the more popular pieces. All right. Definitely, so we're winding down here, but I have to show you, I was kind of waiting to show some of my favorites at the end. So this is that amazing Etruscan style design necklace. You saw me wear this a few weeks ago, actually with a white blouse, and I was really on the fence about keeping this one in my personal collection or letting it go, and I have decided to let it go because I believe that is meant to be on the neck of one of you. So this one has just the right amount of gemstones. It's got like a darker coral color, a little bit of carnelian, and then of course it has the turquoise, which is my favorite. It has a sort of flat link hammered chain, and I do want to let you, a couple of the chains, the plating is not gone, but they do have a little bit of a rougher finish to it, but you don't really see it and don't really notice it. The chain is the same color throughout the whole entire piece, so it doesn't affect the wearability of it. This piece definitely has the look and feel of like an Accessicraft, a vintage Anne Klein Couture, a vintage Donald Standard. This one could go either way with being even like a vintage Florenza style, but really it reminds me most of an Accessicraft piece. So I think actually Rhonda's on here, and I just saw that. If you remember those big falcon necklaces we have, this has got the same sort of quality and style and design that it had. So it's a really gorgeous piece. I have got it pulled up all the way. It has a J-hook closure on it. But again, this is another piece. Here we go, getting nervous. Don't let me freak out that it's stuck in my hair. Oh, there we go. That is with it all the way on, like, stuck in the middle link. But it does also, it's another one that very similar to that Napier piece. For those of you who like wearing a longer necklace, which, as you know, I really do. I like wearing longer necklaces. And now when we bring our necklines up, because we're going to be wearing more sweaters, we're going to be wearing more scoop necks, we're not going to be wearing as many sleeveless tees, although we do have a lot of Florida girls here, a lot of Arizona girls here. So a little jealous of you who don't, but I had this discussion with somebody else, and I said, what are you going to do with your ferns this winter? And the person who responded to me, because I have these really beautiful ferns this year, and the person responded to me, she goes, well, you just cover them up. And I was like, not in Chicago, you don't. I was like, they'll be frozen when we have our first frost. So, you know what? I did do a video of my personal collection. I would, and you know what? I will do again. In fact, I was thinking in October, we've got some other fun things that are coming up. I was thinking in October, maybe we'll just do like a member meetup. Like we'll just do like a Zoom room and everybody can kind of talk about their collections or what they love or something like that. But I will do that. It's been a long time. It's been at least 6 months that I haven't shown off. And I have acquired some new pieces, specifically brooches, because they are also my favorite that I've added to my collection, I would say, over the last 6 months. So yes, Rhonda says it looks like the Egyptian necklace that you bought. Yes, it does. It's got the same quality, the same style, the same design. That's why I also believe, like I said, that it's probably an Accessicraft. So this is one of the most fabulous pieces that we have this week. And we also have got, for those of you, I haven't talked much about silver. I do admit this collection has been very heavy with gold, but just to let you know, we will have something coming up for you girls who love silver. We do have a really nice semi-precious genuine stone bracelet. This one is a sterling silver, and it does feature all the semi-precious gemstones. So it's got a garnet, a citrine, a peridot, a blue topaz, and an amethyst, and it is set in sterling silver. And for those of you who wear a silver watch, this is a great piece to layer up with a watch. So another really super fun find. Another piece that is set in genuine sterling silver. I was really happy because last month we had somebody buy 2 tennis bracelets, and she just said that she was so glad that she made the investment because they just look so fabulous, and she receives tons of compliments whenever she wears them. So this is a great piece that we have as well. We also have a pair of fabulous vintage signer earrings. So these are a faux jade, and they're a carved jade. And they're set with a little bit of gold around them. So for those of you who are looking to add a little bit of a classic earring, something not as big as the other gold pieces, these are another really fun pair, and they're just the right size and scale. They've got a nice pop of green that goes with them. We also have got another Monet piece from that Monet collector. This one is with that classic blue and the cream. This is another one that lays super nicely against the neck. And we do have a vintage Napier bangle that just happens to match the same cream that you see in the necklace. So this is another great one. We've got this one. This one is signed, which is a nice piece. We also have got that vintage for Nash bracelet. I always love these sort of styles because it's very Gucci. So for those of you who are looking for the Gucci look, on the beer budget, this is that one. The Napier one is a great one to layer up and stack with other pieces. The vintage Napier necklace or Monet necklace is great because it goes with any of the classic gold earrings that we were showing you, like the Givenchy's that I was showing you at the very beginning of the night. You can kind of pick up the same kind of links. And it's another one that, like you said, I've got red on, but look at how pretty it looks with the cream. If you wanted to wear like a button-up denim shirt, that would look great with this. And I'd love to see this bright blue actually with black. I think it would look really beautiful with the black and look very classic, even though you've got the white and the blue together. Just another fun piece. And I'm going to finish off the evening talking about one other piece that I love. This is that sculptural 1980s necklace that features this V-style design. And this is one of those pieces that I want to tell people that when you look online and you see that it's got a shorter length, you can see I have just snapped an adjuster on this one. I have a silver one on it, but you can get a gold one too. This one I like because it is very flattering with this unique style design that when it sits at the nape of your neck, it creates a sculptural element going across your chest, but it has just enough to make a V that gives it more of that romantic style, I guess you could say, that's going to enhance the areas that you want to. So even for somebody like me who's a little chustier, and I'm very self-conscious about that, but that's why I always say I would never pick something for you that I wouldn't wear for myself either, because I know that we all have things that we like about ourselves, and I know that we all have things that maybe we wish, I don't want to say different, because we all need to love our bodies for the way that they are. But I do know that there's a big difference between by spending your time, your energy, your money, your resources, picking pieces that are going to make you feel good about yourself rather than just being like. So those are all important things to keep in mind too, especially when you're looking at the collection. I forget, was the long gold bead necklace I bought this week a Monet? Yes, it was. And I'll be very excited for you to receive it because it is very heavy and very well made, extremely well made. All the Monet pieces that we talked about tonight, every piece that you see here, I cannot impress upon you enough. The quality is really there with these pieces. You can feel really good about making an investment in any of them. And if you have pieces that are maybe sitting in your own jewelry box at home, remember, I'm also here to help style you and help you look your best too. These are all opportunities for you to revisit pieces that you might have in your own jewelry box. It's also an opportunity for you to look at the Vintage Meet Modern collection and think, hey, that would go with something that I have, whether it's something that's hanging in your closet or maybe something that's tucked away in your jewelry box. It's all about mixing and matching and putting it all together. So that's it. We have talked about a lot tonight. We have talked about Napier and Monet and classic designs and book pieces and which books to get and which ones are fun and which designers are great pieces. But I hope also, thank you all so much for joining me. We had a wonderful group of people here. I really do want all of you to know that I am thinking about all of you. We get up every day. We wish you all the best. We've had a very wonderful day here behind the scenes. I got to record an interview about why vintage jewelry is fun to look for and invest in and how you can have it connected back to people who you love. We are working with some wonderful bloggers talking about all women from all different walks of life and how they incorporate jewelry and accessories into their look. We've got some amazing giveaways coming up, and we've got some other fun surprises that are coming really, really soon too. So keep those ears peeled, keep your eyes out, because we've been working really hard behind the scenes to do something awesome and exciting, and I can't wait to share it with all of you. So on that note, this is the Elevated Essentials collection. It is over at Vintage Meet Modern. The lovely Leanne spent a great time here giving everybody out the links to everybody. And if you have any other questions about any pieces, please don't hesitate to ask. That's what we're here for. I want you to be able to feel very good about the pieces that you're picking. And I want you to have an opportunity to see how they look on a real person. So on that note, I want to tell you all, take time to celebrate your inner sparkle so you can truly let your personal style shine. Because when you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you do good. And the world needs more of that and more of you. So I'm signing off from the VMM headquarters. I'm going to go read some books about baseball now with Michael. But I hope we're all dreaming about jewelry tonight. And then, of course, I will see you all again real soon. Bye.